I'm Dennis, and this is Nick. We are UPSOP, short form of Upscaling Operations. You guys can take a seat if you want. Yeah, there's one over there. So we're gonna talk a little bit about our core values, about upcycling, reusing abandoned materials, and then we're gonna go through a little bit of our projects. And then we're going to share a project about sustainability, about co-sharing, and then some upcoming projects as well. So this is about the total number of amount of garbage going into landfills. And the yellow part is the construction weights. And within the yellow part, there's actually 10%, around 10%, which is not recyclable, meaning the recyclable part, the pink one, meaning rubbles, concrete that can be go back into landfills for reclamations and also for highways. And this 10% part is the part that we focus. These are bamboos, wood, these kind of inert materials. And in other cities around Asia, like Taipei and Tokyo, they reduce it to less than 5%, and Hong Kong is behind that. And so we have projects that we could recycle a bunch of really good quality teak wood, which were used as flooring planks, and we used it as salon interior fittings.
So we were commissioned to work on this salon interior renovation in Tsim Sha Tsui, which is around 1,500 square feet. And we're actually just focusing on the entrance area of the salon, which it's highlighted in the drawing. The idea is to, try as much as we could sort of interpret the material, the teak wood we acquire from those reclaimed apartments. So you can see the surface is like finished in teak wood in many different ways. We started, by looking at the properties of these potential materials. You can see this is on your left. Sorry, on your left, it's the entrance field of the salon. By the side, there's this locker systems, also shown in this image, that we try to, reinvent a sort of convention of how people approach a salon. Like you need to put down your dress or your backpacks. So that was that system, and then what you see in front is the other system of vertical recycled wood planks. So we also started to look into what we can do with those wood planks. We can see that there's groove, the innate tunnel and groove system, and also those grooves at the back of the floor plan that we can sort of use another third material to combine it to show the materiality of that teak wood. Yeah, so we also use another system. We use that same system to display products. Is the previous image? Yeah, on the right, as we were asked to sort of show these products together with the entire wall. Yeah, so and this is showing the detail of the locker system, where we combine 3 pieces of horizontal wood planks, and then resurface them using CNC milling, pretty simple approach, having different patterns on it. And also what is interesting is also that the tunnel and groove detail is also considered in another ways, such that the sliding track can also be incorporated in the design.
And so after this project, we move on to find a way in making this teak wood scalable. So by recycling this teak wood, we use on fitting out projects, but that's one time off. And we were thinking how to make it as a product so that other other interior designers and architects can use this so as to make this sustainable product disseminate within the community and in the city. And so this is about resurfacing the top surface of the teak wood, because there were molding and there were previous used nails, and so in order to use these abandoned teak wood, you need to resurface it. So opposite to normal ways of analog planning, we use this digital CNC machine to do so. And so by means of playing with parameters, we could achieve different type of scooping effects. And these effects, when cast in light, they have different effects that can become a cladding system for future architects to use. And this is one example. And then we are also thinking to incorporate an abstracted painting or abstraction on the wall. So we create this algorithm to create these linear scooping patterns to become a art piece as well. This is for a cafe. And we actually have the sample here, so you can pass around and take a look. You can still smell the teak oil within this sample. And so we were very lucky. We just started this practice half a year ago, and we were selected to 2 of 7 out of 7 awards within the AIA just this 2 months ago for this timber scooper project. And so about the Moonlighter thing, we were very keen in digital fabrication.
Right, because both Dennis and I were really sort of into making stuff. Like you can consider like the maker movement, or like the fact that you can, manually work on the object is important to our practice. So when we got commissioned actually from the first salon project, we decided to really start the fabrication workshop so that we can further investigate things that we think that it's valuable. So this is our trip. We got a trip to Jinan in China, and then we got a CNC, which is still quite cheaper than like really high class professional CNC machine. But what we got is good enough to do what we want to do.
So imagine we are having this CNC machine on the 21st floor within an industrial building. We have to maneuver the whole 2 tons metal object into the lift shaft, and then go all the way up in an urban environment. Is actually very hard. And but we eventually was able to make this workshop a success, I would say.
Right. We're still developing it. Another key, actually, elements of our work is about mobility, because Hong Kong is such one of the densest area in the world, and we're trying to constantly rethink how we actually, for example, the workshop itself, how we organize it and how we can make use of the space as well.
So all these platforms can be moved around within the really tiny, small wood shop. So as to allow us to work on different levels. For woodworking, if you are interested, you might know what we are talking about. And then the space outside, just outside the wood shop, is a multi-purpose space that can be for meeting and also for woodworking as well. So this is the space.
Right. So coming back to our interest in mobility, and we actually have started from our thesis time. We have been studying like typologies of Hong Kong, shopping malls as well. So we are still doing such work to see how actually in an urban environment mobility can be even more mobile.
studying marketplace when he was doing thesis, and I was doing shopping malls. And we were thinking that perhaps in the future, pop-up stores, not popping, pop-up stores will be the mainstream because you can get rid of the rent, the so high rent in Hong Kong. And so we created this mobile display system that can be transported within the back of the go-go van, the dimension. So it's minimizable into just one chunk, and then it expands to fit different interior heights, headrooms.
Right. Yeah. So these are our actually first prototype and also like practical working units. We because of my other sort of product design business, we got some space in Page One, Hong Kong. This is actually on the left. It's in Mishikoshi, Taiwan, 3月8貨. So we built it in Hong Kong. We ship it to Taiwan. On the right is in Page One.
And so following the trend of sustainable concepts embedded within interior and furniture designs, we were also interested in going onto the co-sharing platform. So although we are not showing the actual design because it's not on release yet, but we are collaborating with Gaifang, which is a platform for sharing objects. So within neighborhoods. So if you need a drill, if you need, like for example today, chairs, foldable chairs, or you can actually search on this platform and then rent it from your neighborhood. So it has a geolocation, locating function. And so we are doing the branding and the app design for them. And this is our upcoming project that we have been working for over the year. It's about a movable furniture that serves cocktails. So basically it's a bar that is foldable and can be shipped back within a go-go van trunk, and then move to the venue, whatever venues, for example, this instance, or any kind of events, and then deploy it into a 4-meter long full bar. We are not showing the details as well because it's gonna be launched very soon. You are invited. There are 5 coders left. So talk with us, and if you like and enjoy cocktails, you can give us feedback on that. So it will be an app empowered business with kind of a Uber-like platform.
Right.
And the bar has recycled teak wood as well with timber scooper pattern. So we are putting everything within the same project. So going along our line of thoughts. Right. But we are very excited about this.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So.
You got a license.
It's gonna be launched.
I mean, it's a mobile bar, right?
Yeah, it's a mobile bar.
How do you serve alcohol?
Yeah. So
We don't.
you mean the license part?
We don't exactly serve.
So it has to be. So it has to be a private event, or you can bring your own alcohol and we can mix it for you.
Right.
So it has its own water drainage system, and it has a lot of interactive components within it. I can tell you more later. Yeah, it has adrenal stuff, interactive components, lightings, and then yeah, it's super exciting. This we have an app for that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.